it's Tania Gabrielle, Wealth Astro-Numerologist. Welcome to Star Codes. This is the podcast where we look at an upcoming event in the astrology and numerology, the star codes, so that we can navigate whatever is upcoming with the most positive attitude and wisdom possible. And in this case, it is a very big event. We are going to look at a trine between Pluto and Mercury, and you may wonder, well, that isn't really such a huge event. Well, it is this time around. It does happen quite often. However, this time around, it's happening while Pluto is retrograding back into Capricorn, so hovering between 0 degrees Aquarius and 29 degrees Capricorn, and Mercury moves from 29 degrees Taurus to 0 degrees in Gemini, which happens to be its own sign. So we have a beautiful trine between these two planets, and we're going to go into what the meaning is in a moment, but it happens also on June 11th, which opens the 11 master number portal of being so present that nothing else matters except this now moment. That is what 11 truly represents, which is why it is the psychic master number. Because when you are intuitive, you are in the present moment. You're not focused on the future or the past. So Pluto at 0 degrees Aquarius, it dipped in March. Now on June 11th, it's dipping back into Capricorn until early 2024. It's going back and forth over the late degrees of Capricorn and 0 degrees Aquarius, which is extremely powerful, which is why there's so many transformational, purging shifts and aha moments that are bringing up the truth during these couple of years and beyond. So Mercury governs what we say, what we speak, and Mercury is moving into its own sign, Gemini, which is the sign of communication. It does govern the third house in astrology. So the third house governs short distance travel, our siblings, and how we communicate and media. And because this trine is happening at the 0 point degree, it is resetting everything. Now, Pluto is the slowest moving planet, and Mercury is the fastest moving planet. So we have that incredible juxtaposition of light and dark, curiosity from Mercury, and profound truth from Pluto. And the trine is the most harmonious aspect in astrology. So it's giving us a huge opportunity here to create some magic. And magic is in the code as well, because June 11th, 2023 adds up to a 15 universal date. And 15 is the number of spiritual alchemy. So it truly is about love, abundance, uplifting others through joy. So this present moment awareness on June 11th, 15 universal date, spiritual alchemy, spiritual magician, super enhancement of present moment awareness here, a focus on uplifting others, on uplifting choice of communication, on smiling as opposed to closing down. You know, Pluto feels things deeply, and when you share something from the heart, Pluto ensures that it has a powerful impact, being the planet of power. And Mercury governs our ability to be curious. And so we have this empowering drive to discover new answers and just go towards refreshing new perspectives that are based on truths that appear, that were unseen before. So conversations are deepened as well in a joyful way, in a loving way. So Mercury enters Gemini, Pluto re-enters Capricorn. Capricorn governs our long-standing systems, our structures, our ability to get work done. It governs career. And with Pluto in Capricorn from 2008 until 2024, we have a huge responsibility to relook at those long-standing structures and seeing what doesn't work and purging that. So that is really coming to a head in 2023 and 2024. And so this Mercury trine is helping us to see how best to do that. Now, another transit on June 11th is Venus square Jupiter. And these are the two benefics, the planets that bring positive energy coming together in a square, which is very activating. So it does enhance the optimism and the happiness as long as you guard against extravagant behavior or keeping spending to a minimum. Focus on beautifying your life and on pleasurable events and festivities and celebration. Now, with a square, you may be more sensitive when relating to your loved ones, governed by Venus. However, you're open to new emotional experiences, and this is what the whole Mercury trine Pluto message is to begin with. So June 11th opens the 11 gateway into the present moment, and it's going to be clear that shifts only happen in that moment. Playing, having fun, feeling happen in present time. They don't happen in the future or in the past. So the power of words that you speak in the moment will become very apparent. The power of words will become very clear to you at this time, because the words that you entertain in your mind, they create your reality. And what you pay attention to determines the experience of your life. Often the subtleties and beauty of life are missed because people are giving attention to what seems more obvious. Especially these days, we have so many distractions with our devices and going online and just the bombardment of stimuli that our mind is more full than it has ever been, right? There's no more room really for more info. So the words that we choose to entertain in our mind will often create feelings of restriction and tension because they're not focused on what truly actually matters in terms of joy, peace, and love. However, some words can do the opposite. They can actually bring those feelings of incredible harmony and joy and being at peace instead of those feelings of constriction because you're overwhelmed by everything that is bombarding you. And these special words do calm you down. They do speak to truth because they actually relate to a different area than your mind. Your mind is not your feeling area. So when you hear these words, the truth actually calms you down. And what happens usually is the words that we do have running through our head aren't very soothing. They're infotainment or information, and they move quickly through our mind. So notice that when you have thoughts in your head that zip through, as opposed to going slowly, that reality is actually much more slow and simpler than the mind imagines it to be. So in a few seconds, the mind can hop from one thing to the next, literally go around the world with the thoughts and be very stimulated by that. But they aren't deep. They're more empty. They're not completely satisfying. They're lacking something of true value. The mind's thoughts and words don't satisfy because they actually aren't real. But when you have words that point to an actual truth, an actual feeling, eliciting a true dynamic connection within you, they can be very satisfying because they bring you to your true nature. They bring contentment. They bring a sense of joy, right? You feel a sense of peace. And these are peace, joy, contentment, love. They are what they are. They're satisfying. They're very simple. And when you experience them, you don't need anything else. You're not lacking of anything else. But when you're just having info run through your head, you crave more and more. It's addictive. Love is very subtle. And I'm not talking about when you fall in love. I'm talking about love, the love of everyone and everything and every flower. Everything that appears in your life. That is a very subtle feeling. And you can feel it whenever you choose to, simply by noticing that love is always there. But you may need to quiet the mind first, because the mind is not going to focus on love. The body and the mind are not that tuned to that subtlety. You need to tune in to love. So one other frequency that is similar to love is joy. It's a little different, but it's just as subtle, and it is just as nourishing. It refreshes your experience of life instantly. And so this is the shift that you're looking for. So we're going to, in a minute, focus on some words that will help you get to this place, because Mercury trine Pluto is at the 0 point and 29-degree critical degree in astrology, asking you to experience a major shift in the way you choose your thoughts, which thoughts to actually pay attention to and which words to use. And if you don't regularly nourish yourself in this way, you turn to addictive habits, because you have a natural hunger to satisfy your essence. And when it's not fulfilled, you're going to turn elsewhere, right? So you're going to hunger for one thing after the other. And this hunger is what drives you. If it's never satisfied, then the mind just keeps focusing on new thoughts and new desires and wanting more and more, because the imaginary world of the mind is not going to fulfill your essence. It's like a picture that you see of something that is beautiful or delicious, and it's just a picture. You're just looking at it, but it's not real. That is the mind. So pictures and words are symbols of reality, but they're not reality. And they communicate to you, yes, but they don't satisfy the soul. So if you live inside that mind of pictures constantly, you're not going to feel fulfilled, because you'll always be hungry, you'll feel unsatisfied, you'll still have an appetite for more, there'll be an emptiness, an incompleteness, you'll feel divided as a result. You know, do I do this? Do I do that? There's no sense of just being in the moment, grounded, where there is not division. So the subtle world where the divine lives, where love lives, can't be accessed through the mind. It's only going beyond the mind. So Pluto trine Mercury at 0 point degree is taking your mind beyond the chatter, beyond the distraction. It's getting out of your mind and into your body, and then going deeper from there. So what do I mean by getting out of your mind and into your body, which is the first step? Think of something you love. Like for me, it's ice cream. I love ice cream. And it can be any ice cream, right? I mean, I don't do dairy. I do coconut, a coconut version with, no cane sugar and coconut sugar, whatever it is, right? So I have my version of ice cream, but I love ice cream. Now, when I think of ice cream, it sets a lot of thoughts in motion. And the thing is, the thoughts then feed each other. Where do I go to get it? Et cetera, et cetera. The mind just doesn't land on a thought and stay there. So the thought of ice cream spawns more thoughts of ice cream, right? And it then runs away with that topic. So now I'm going to focus even deeper. I'm going to focus on the body, bringing into the body. So I'm thinking now of eating the ice cream, how that makes me feel. And it's a really exciting, yummy thought, because I pause now, and you can think of your own food that you like. Maybe it's chocolate, maybe it's something completely different, an avocado. But if you like ice cream, you experience some happiness just thinking about eating it. And that's how the body is. The thoughts can evoke those feelings, and those feelings are felt in the body because now you're in your body. You're not in your mind anymore. You're literally bringing the feeling in here. And as long as you don't allow a thought to take you back into your head, you stay in the body. And that's where happiness belongs. It's the subtle realm. It's felt in the body as subtle energy. And you can use other imaginations. So for example, if you love someone, you love a pet, you love something, you imagine that being with them, the love for them, and that takes you to the subtle realm right away. It's an experience of love, and it's a brilliant use of the imagination. Thoughts that take you out of the mental realm and into the body and into your senses and into the subtle world of sensation, they create a bridge to the divine, to your true divine nature, and joy and peace and love. And affirmations and prayers, positive thoughts, optimistic thoughts can take you out of your mind and into that place, and that is reality. So when you use words as bridges to experience the divine within you, you're making a choice to do this. So focus on those things. Know that you are the space in between. You are not the mind. The mind does not make these choices. You can take control, which is what Pluto wants. Pluto is empowering you. It is the planet of empowerment. And there's only one energy source that can choose anything, and that is who you truly are. That's the real you. The false self thinks of itself as being the words in your head. And those words didn't come from the real you. They came externally. They are external distractions that pop into your head, but they don't accurately represent who you are whatsoever. Pluto trine Mercury at the 0 point is literally saying, stop going to your false self. It's just an act. The real you, the only you, has been here all along. It's been making choices either from that divine place or making choices from your ego, your conditioning, your programming. So as the divine self starts waking up, it chooses more and more to not get lost in the false identity, the ego identification. And this is the awakening. This is the spiritual process of waking up. The you is waking up now, and it's increasingly aware of the thoughts that are coming into your mind and their effect on your body and on your energy. And the more you become aware of who you truly are, the more you're able to choose to live in reality rather than in the mind's imaginary false sense of reality. And then you are able to live in peace and love and joy and contentment more and more and more. So this is the awakening that is being spurred on by Pluto trine Mercury at the 0 point. It's really an important moment, June 11th, master number moment. And to help you even more with this moment, have a look at my free masterclass, How to Master Your Stars. We come from the stars. And in this masterclass, which you can watch at spiritualmasteryclass.com, it's going to change your life by helping you take your power back, showing you the secrets to spiritual mastery, the true meaning of your rising sign, the important difference between individuality and uniqueness, and your natal sun and natal moon's profound impact on living a life of peace and love and joy. It also will reveal how to instantly connect with spirit and many more secret tools. So enjoy that free masterclass at spiritualmasteryclass.com. Have a beautiful week, a beautiful June 11th moment, which will last for a while. So enjoy that Pluto trine Mercury. And I will see you in next week's Star Codes podcast. Lots of love.